Yo, yo.
Yes. Welcome back to another Euros chat. Let's talk football. So before we get into it, let's introduce the boys. Rash, what are you telling me?
What's going on, my guy? Just living good. Alhamdulillah. Just feeling happy and good to be here. You know what I'm saying? How you been?
Man. Yeah, all well, man. Come on, man. It's always good to start off positive. Jeff, what are you telling me?
Nah, man, just enjoying the sun, bro. I mean, from inside. I got hay fever, so I'm not going outside like that.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm cool. I watch everyone act up from afar, bro. You know what I mean?
Do you know, I'm one of those as well, man. I've got them tablets, bro. Like not to get into it too much. I start doing that, and do you know what I mean? Rubbing my nose every 5 minutes when I go outside. So yeah, I can't be doing that stuff. But,
everyone's like, "Oh, what's he on?
Sitting there like that.
Man.
What way to start the show? But listen, people, man, I see there's a few people in already. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment if possible. Let's interact today. John's on his way. Caught up with business. You know, we all work to get here sometimes. But yeah, he's working at the moment. So John will join us. But it's good. Let's start off with just having a chat and what's going on in the world, man. I just wanted to start with one thing. Giroud. I know we're speaking about England, and you know we're gonna pick our selected 11 today. But Giroud, like, is he underrated, or are people rating him the right way? I mean, anyone can go first, man. Please.
You wanna take this one, Jeff?
Yeah. All right then. I wouldn't say underrated. I'd say underappreciated.
Okay.
Like he's probably rated at the right level because he's not a top-notch striker, but he's very efficient. He's good. People act like he's not good, and he is. Like he's a good focal point. Now he's proved it for France. Even if he doesn't score, he's one of those strikers. He gives defenders a problem. He's big. He's strong. He's got a good touch, good left foot. His problem is he's not a prolific striker, which is why people don't judge him in the highest regard. Which I get, like your job is goals, isn't it? So if you're talking about the elite, he probably isn't that. No, he definitely isn't that. But he's a very, very good striker, and he always gives you something. Like his time at Arsenal, I think he's a good striker at Arsenal. Again, he probably didn't get the respect he maybe deserved because his output isn't that great. He's not going to get you 30 goals a season. He just ain't. But you see, like in big games or in games, he will offer you something. He will score goals, man. So I'll go up underappreciated, not underrated.
Good. That's just before you go. Big up Hassan. Nah, wondering after costing us the league that year. Is he talking about the year when Ozil?
Leicester, I think.
Okay, fair enough. When Leicester won it, yeah.
Yeah, Leicester won it that year. Remember that's the year where Welbeck scored in like the last minute, and we all got gassed. And then Arsenal just decided, you know what? Yeah. Arsenal decided, you know what? We don't even want the league this year.
Rash, what's your thoughts on Giroud, man? And your thoughts on that comment as well, man. Please talk to us.
I agree with Jeff. I don't think he's trash or underrated. I think he is definitely underappreciated for the abilities that he does have. I think Giroud is actually one of the quality strikers that is out there in regards to his technique and his touch, his ability to help with the build-up play, and his left peg is second to none. I think he's got probably one of the best left pegs in the Premier League, to be honest, and he has done for the last few seasons. What he brings to the game is what a normal... Do you know what it is? People have this kind of normal perception of what a striker should look like and how they should behave when they're on the pitch and so forth like that. They usually should be quite quick, nippy, skillful, be able to get past a few players and be prolific at the same time. So when you have someone who's kind of tall, not very fast, definitely, like I said, he's got brilliant technique and stuff like that, but he's just not the average striker or what you perceive a striker to have. People then say, okay, you're garbage, but they forget what Giroud can bring to a game, and I think he can bring a lot to the game other than scoring goals. But you want a striker to be a top prolific goal scorer, so I think he gets slept on a lot. But I think he's pivotal in important games, in games where you need someone to rough up the defense a bit, to hold up play as well, and to definitely be a part of a build-up play, set something up for someone else as well. Giroud is that guy. He's brilliant in the air. He's good with his left peg, as I've said already, and yeah, yeah, I think he slept on a bit, but I think people kind of rate him in the correct avenues that they should. Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is? Just before I say my take, big up KD, that guy Wolves. Come on, big up Welbeck, man.
My
Big
guy
up,
Welbs.
big up KD for coming through as usual. But yeah, my take on it, I hear what you lot are saying, and it makes sense because I think Jude can only play to some systems, like same as I'm not trying to put them in the same category, but Harry Kane at the Spurs works because of the play's got around him. Harry Kane at Burnley, would it work? Parking down the bus and it won't work. So I hear what you lot are coming from in that. Me personally, I think he's kind of underrated, because he brings something to a game most strikers won't bring, that link-up play and all that. Like, I'm not trying to say Benzema doesn't have it. Don't get me wrong, Benzema has it, but it's not as prolific as I see Giroud doing it with the system that France are playing at the moment. So I'm not sure if you guys got to catch the game yesterday. France won 3-0 yesterday. Griezmann scoring, and then obviously something happened to my guy Benzema. Hopefully he's ready for the Euros. We want to see him, right? We do want to see him. But Giroud, come on, and he just went to the system, fit in the system, and fit perfectly. I didn't expect him to score, but I expected him to, work the defense like he always does. He always wins his headers, but he's got a good touch. The ball's in the air, he brings it down on his left, like you said, Mash. He's good at what he does, but he also brings it in the sense of that assistant. He assists. He didn't do it in obviously the game yesterday, but he assists. During the World Cup. What's your boys' thoughts on that?
I'd agree. He does assist, but what it is? Just it's because he came off the bench yesterday and scored 2. But that's not a regular occurrence for him. Like, he doesn't always come off the bench and score 2. Like at times in Chelsea, especially, like he comes off the bench and he seems to grab like those clutch goals that they need. Like Champions League, he scored a lot of goals last year, right? I know 4 in one game, but he scored a lot of like important goals like, on their way to where they won the Champions League. Sounds crazy saying it, but yeah, they won it. But yeah, like I still like. There's a reason why people love playing. There's a reason why Hazard said he loved playing with Giroud at Chelsea. Griezmann says the same thing. But if you're talking about all-round striker, then Benzema is perfect. Like he can do what Giroud does. It's probably not as well. Giroud's probably a 9 out of 10 with a hold-up. Benzema may be a 7.5, creeping towards an 8. But what Benzema brings to the game, like all round, he can assist, he can score. Like he's a tried and tested striker. Like there's a reason why Higuain and now had to leave Real Madrid because they found a better striker. Like Benzema's better. But yeah, Giroud. Don't get me wrong, Giroud's good, but yeah, I think it's just the 2 goals yesterday that put it back in everyone's mind.
Yeah, big up. Oh, sorry, go ahead, man. I was going to big up John quickly for coming through. Come on, man.
Big up John. What's going on?
No worries. Sorry, I'm late.
No, man, it's all good. Man. We all got to work. Go ahead, Rash. You got to come off.
Yeah. Look, I think with Giroud, there's a reason why he always makes the squad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Even if it means that he's on the bench, it's because they know he's someone who can come in and he's like an impact player, but in a different sort of way, and his hold-up play is second to none. He's definitely someone who that if you are under pressure, you're playing against a team where they're constantly on the attack, you can punt the ball up the top. Giroud's going to hold it down for a little while, take a couple steps, wait for someone else to come along so we can start setting up the build-up play. And that's what you need. You need that from your striker. You don't want to punt the ball up and you get someone who's going to then do something stupid, lose the ball, and then you're back under the cosh again. Plus, he gets goals. Do you know what I mean? He was getting goals for Arsenal as well, and when he scores, they're good goals. They're not. They're never shabby goals that he scores. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, I think the problem is that people compare him to great strikers.
Facts.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? They compare him to great strikers rather than just strikers in general. If they were to compare him to strikers in general, they say, "Well, do you know what? He's a very good forward. He's an unorthodox forward as well, and like he's like a people will look at him because he's tall, and you have to compare him to people like Zeko or Flo. Do you remember Flo, Toriando Flo, and them and there? You get me? And Crouchy and them.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of things that the guys who aren't so tall can do as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's a reason why he always makes the squad as a squad player, because he's a guy that we need someone like that. And there's going to be a time when we're going to need to use someone like that, and there's no one better to do the role that he does other than Giroud. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think his problem was that when he came to Arsenal, he was being compared to Van Persie. So that was his problem.
Yeah.
And
It's
that
a
was
stupid French league, man.
Yeah, Montpellier, innit? Yeah. So yeah, man. But he might end up becoming France's all-time top scorer. So if he does, all credit to him, because he's taken a lot of flack in his career, and he always bounced back, never complained. Katie's saying here, Giroud a slightly knockoff version of Dzeko. I see that comparison. I don't know if he's a knockoff version.
Yeah,
it's a slight diss.
I think it's because I think Giroud's got a little bit more to his game than Dzeko, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Dzeko's a better scorer, but all around, Giroud might be a better footballer than him. But yeah, Giroud's always going to have his knockbacks. For the people that like him, there'll always be those that he won a World Cup without scoring a goal. So he'll never be able to fully really win. So,
but you know, when you talk about these super subs, and Giroud's a super sub, when you think about super subs, it's always pacey guys that get you goals. But Giroud's come on and, you know, assist. Surely he actually play a part. I mean, I'm pretty sure someone put in the chat one time that Suarez is the all-time top striker assist at the moment. There you go. That puts you that. So technically, that makes you one of the best strikers. In my opinion, no, because it's all about goals if you're a striker. But if we're talking about all-round playing games and technicalities and stuff, I think Drew's up there, man. Not as obviously the best, but you know, in this day and age, I think he's doing the business, in my opinion.
I think out of all the second-rate French strikers, he's one of the best of the second-rate strikers. If you know what I mean.
That's a fact.
Yeah, 100%.
Even when what's my man who used to score headers in France? Gignac.
Gignac.
Giroud's better than Gignac.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Big facts. Yeah.
100%. Big up the Paxer in the building saying, bloody hell, you guys are killing it. 236 subs, nearly a quarter of the way to 1K. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're doing well.
Thanks, Evil Ed. You get me?
Yeah. We're doing very well. Thanks to all the people. So, yeah, man, people just keep showing us love. Keep subscribing. Obviously, 360 TV shared our post the other day or yesterday, and we were getting absolutely killed and roasted in the comments. But that's what it's about, isn't it? Like, you know, I thought we had, you know, they actually put up another post later that day, which I was like, you know what? We didn't have the worst post. It was... Yeah,
I saw that.
Shocking take. You saw that about Sterling and Bergkamp.
That was wild.
That was wild.
I think he said Sterling's better than Bergkamp. It's like what?
Now, Rash, you have to see it. We thought Alba wasn't even that bad, bro. Listen, the guy literally said with a straight face, people don't deep it, but Sterling this season has actually been better than most of Bergkamp's seasons.
And he's only talking about goals. That's the only thing I could think of. Because you know, Bergkamp might have scored 6 goals Premier League wise in the season. Sterling scored like 8, 9. But the way he said it, everyone looked at him like, "What? What did you just say?"
That's wild. He needs to break that down.
he needs to be reprimanded still.
He needs to explain himself and maybe take a walk.
A long one still.
Long walk. I thought we were getting killed in the comments, but he was getting absolutely murdered. Big up Katie saying about to break Henry's record, Brazy, hashtag that can't be my goal. Dig out Henry. The Pax is saying I wanted to say Henry is definitely better than R9, by the way.
Oh,
I don't care
every
what
day.
anyone says.
Oh,
Me R9.
me and Ed had the private one yesterday. I sent him a message like, "Yo, you see what they're saying in the comments about Henri?" And he was like, "Yeah, do you know what? He's better than R9." To be fair, and I just didn't entertain the conversation. I just backed off. Still.
He's never gonna stop. He's actually never gonna stop.
He's always next.
Yeah.
He's always on to the next one, isn't it?
Yeah. You feel like you catch him out about one, he's gonna bring up another guy.
Yeah, bro.
yeah. But yeah, people smash the like button. Let's get into it. Let's get into this England squad. You know what? You know, I was putting the squad together. Oh, by the way, apologies to Connor Cody. I actually forgot to put you in the squad. But yeah, man, I was going through the squad. I was like, damn, this squad is so overrated. But let's get into it still. So I'm thinking we just do goalkeeper and defense all at once.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, like I said,
Can we go 5 at the back?
we could choose whatever formation you guys like.
You want 5? You want 5 of these guys?
I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible into what Southgate wants to play. And realistically, he plays 5, 3, and 2 up top. Let's be real.
5-3-2 or 3-5. If he plays 5-3-2, England are going out.
They're definitely going out.
The reason why I said 5 is because I'm talking about the wing backs. But
okay.
3, 5,
2.
By the way, guys. By the way, quick one from Hassan. Big up Hassan. Saying Zidane or Iniesta, lads.
Jesus, why are you asking these questions? You're trying to trip me up, bro.
Yeah,
those questions are tricky.
I don't know.
Me is Zidane.
Yeah, I would go Zidane.
I gotta say Zidane because Zidane's one of my footballing heroes, isn't it? But Iniesta is like one of the best players that I've ever seen.
That question, Hassan, you know what you're doing there. You're trying to trick us.
That
question is difficult.
That's like the chicken and egg question. Don't be asking those questions.
Hey, Hassan, watch out for the Paxter in the chat.
What's he gonna say now?
I don't know. He's saying, I can't lie, this England squad with a serious manager would definitely contend. Okay. Might as well do a rush goalie team, then keepers are dead.
Do you know how long I heard that? Do you know how long I heard that? Rush goalie.
Yeah, rush goalie.
He's right too. Look at those goalies.
He's right as well. All right. So what are we saying for formation? I would personally go 4 at the back. I know what Southgate's gonna do, but I would still go with 4.
I want to go 3 at the back, if I'm honest. Because this squad's not good enough. So sometimes
in reality, we got to keep it real, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm happy with 3.
Okay, so in that case, we're going to do the keeper, the 3, and the 2 wing backs.
Yeah.
Let's do that now.
Jesus
okay, cool.
Christ.
Jesus. I'm almost falling sick just looking at it.
Do not ask me which keeper we should have.
Rash, which keeper should we have?
You put the bullseye straight on your head.
It's got to be Henderson, bro. I would. I know Pickford. I would. I'm just saying.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pick Pickford.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick Pickford. Yeah.
Henderson, bro. Come on.
Nah, man. Henderson's not even better than Pickford. That's how bad it is. Henderson is severely overrated because De Gea has been so bad. Let's be clear.
Yeah, 100%.
And his positioning is awful at times.
That Salah goal,
man.
unforgivable.
I can't get that out of my mind.
He had a whole goal to aim for, and I don't think he even knew it. Henderson didn't even know, bro. And that's the worst thing. He didn't know. He thought he had it covered.
It's madness. That's absolute madness.
Salah was controlling it. You know when you control it to set yourself? You control it, then he looks up. He's like, wait, hold on. I can just put it there. Like,
yeah.
Right
there.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah, like, do you know what? I would give what's my boy's name?
Johnson.
I'll give Johnson a run because you know what? He like it's been said before, if he had a better defense in front of him, I think he would have been rated as a better goalkeeper. He's made more stops than these guys. He's made more saves, and I think he's made more saves compared to the amount of time he's played as well on the pitch too. So I think I would give him a go. I think he's earned it more than these guys. I think Pickford thinks he's better than what he really is, and Henderson has been given the ratings because, as Jalil said, De Gea was having such a mad season where he wasn't really performing to the levels that we know De Gea do. But you know what? De Gea hasn't been playing as good for the last 3 seasons since he won like best player 5 years in a row. Yeah, at Man United.
Yeah,
he just was like, you know what, run this. I am the man, and I know I can turn it on if I want. And he just hasn't been turning it on. So Henderson just looked like he was just a better pick, and he was looking better than what he really was. But yeah, as I said before, man, that positioning was awful. So yeah, I'll pick Johnson, man.
Okay, Johnson from Rash. Jalil, you're going Henderson, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jeff was the one that brought up De Gea. Obviously, not having a great season, but for me, De Gea is better than Henderson. I guess the reason I would go for Henderson might be a bit of, you know, a weird one, but I've watched him a bit more than the others. Even Pickford, I know Pickford's the number one, who potentially will be the number one. But for me, Henderson, yeah, he does some mistakes. I don't think there's always mistakes with these 3 keepers. I don't think we've got a choice without Pope being there. You get what I'm saying? So we're picking the best out of a bad bunch. Let's be real here. Not picking Henderson not just because you know, De Gea was having a blinder, but yeah, it's got to be Henderson for me. I saw some good parts to him, but yeah, positioning wise, not
okay. So you're going Henderson, and Jeff, who are you going for?
Man, I just feel like it's a trick question. Because Johnson, I feel, is just like Pickford. You know, remember when Pickford was at Sunderland, yeah, and Sunderland were terrible, but Pickford got peppered and had a good season, and then got bought for 30 mil. I think that's going to be Johnson. So Pickford is, I just want to be clear, Pickford is my pick, but I don't want to pick him. Like, I have to. But he is shocking as well. Like, England have a real bad epidemic with keepers are terrible in England. Even Nick Pope isn't that good.
They might have to try to do that import thing, you know, where they keep a man here for 5 years and be like, yeah, you're British now.
Yeah. They might have to try to do something like that still. They one of the German goalkeepers.
Yeah, this is mad.
This is mad. Like, I legit don't want to pick anyone.
Bro.
Like, generally, that rush goalkeeping thing that Hassan said is actually not bad.
What are we saying? 4-5-2?
I might put Kyle Walker in goal, fam. I can't lie.
Hey, that's a good shout.
Because I was gonna go with Rash and pick Sam Johnston, but then I'm thinking, he's never gonna play. So
you got to pick someone.
I gotta pick someone. I would have picked Henderson, but that Salah goal is just so bad. It's just it's hard to explain.
Salah's a good player, though.
Yeah, Salah's a top player.
You could have scored left.
Salah could have given him the eyes. You don't know this.
Bruv, you seen my shooting, bro. I would have scored.
Yeah. You know what? Out of default, just because I cannot be associated with putting Pickford in goal, I'm gonna put Henderson in. I just can't put Pickford in goal. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So Henderson somehow is the goal. Oh my god!
That is
see you later. And see you later. All right, cool. So now we need to pick the 3 at the back. Right. So let's just do this as a 3. So Jeff, I'll start with you. Who are your 3?
Kyle Walker, right centre back.
Facts.
Man, Jesus Christ, these centre backs are bad.
Yes.
And I left out Connor Cody, which would have made it worse.
Yeah,
so no offense, Connor Cody. Yeah, no offense.
You know how bad it. I nearly said Walker, James, and like Stones, but they're both not centre backs. That's how bad I don't want to pick the centre backs. But I guess it's gonna have to be Walker, Maguire, and Stones. And again, this is not something I want to pick.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you saying, Rash? You agree with that? Yeah.
I have to say exactly the same things because you could go with Mings, but then you have to worry about him becoming a wrestler in the middle of the game and doing something mad.
I'm trying to do DDTs, bro.
You know what I mean? Forgetting what sport he's playing and that, and just cause a madness for England. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I just have to go for the same three, to be honest.
Okay, and Jalil?
Yeah, man, I can't distribute the guys, man. The only reason why I'd have Mings in is for that fear factor. But then what we watched the other day was kind of dangerous. Do you know what I mean?
The only one who's scared is us. Now, please don't do nothing mad.
What was he doing?
What was he like chill?
Factor.
We know you've been going chill out, fam. You don't know what that. Chill.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Man.
Yeah.
Go on, Janelle.
Go on. Finish up. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, man saw there was no VAR and said, "Cool."
Switching music.
Go to sleep.
Nah, he's a madman. Madman.
Hey.
Now I'm gonna watch that. I have to watch that. That is madness.
Bro, that was a serious elbow, you know, like serious.
That was a serious elbow. Man was watching Pepe before the game, fam. Man was watching Pepe, fam.
Oh,
You can't even. Do you know what? He's been like that for time. Did you see him against
Ibra?
Yeah, Zata. Did you see that?
Bro,
yeah, man, that was so dirty, bro.
Stamped on him.
Trust me, Ibra was vexed, bro.
Ibra got him straight back.
With that elbow.
Yeah,
I
straight.
rate that, man. That's what you need to do, man. Bully. That's our three at the back.
Would you have? Just quick question for the boys. Would you have Stones in the middle? Or would you have Maguire?
You know what? It's funny because I was actually thinking the same thing.
Good point.
I would trust Stones. I would trust Stones more in the middle because he's got better feet than Maguire. But then I would prefer him out wide as well because I trust him more in that position as well. And it seems like that's where the strikers are gonna be. This is crazy.
It's mad.
I can't believe it. How we look at this. This back four is terrible.
I feel sorry for the forwards. They don't even know yet how much they got to carry.
Oh man,
this is mad.
You know what? I'd probably put Maguire centre back personally, just for the aerial. That's it. Not because he's good.
You know what it is, Jeff? International teams, they don't play aerially. They like to play to feet in behind. And the one in the middle usually kind of covers for the one either side. In an ideal world, you kind of want Kyle Walker in the middle to cover both sides.
Yeah.
In an ideal world.
Stones is pretty quick as well, to be fair. So
he is.
Let's leave it like that. Let's see.
Yeah, you remember the Paxton said that he thought this thing. Remember, the Paxton said the England squad can contend, but now he's saying, all my days, I take that back. What am I seeing?
Bro, we just started.
Jeff, you might make that 50 still.
Yeah, bro.
You're making what? You're making 550 or something like that.
Yeah, I made $5 million profit, bro.
You know what? From now, it gets harder.
If you say so.
I can't lie. That was pretty hard.
It can't get any harder than this.
Yeah, no, I think Jalil means a difficult hard where it's like actually we got good choices. This is a hard of like you don't want to pick anyone.
Okay,
yeah. Maybe you're right.
I hear you.
All right, cool. So now we have to choose our two wing backs. So who are we going from these? Wait, hold on. Yeah, from these four.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. This is still no better. Like I'd pick Luke Shaw because of the season he had. I still don't even know how good he is internationally, but I have to pick him, and I'll probably pick. Oh Jesus Christ! Reece James as my right wing back because I just don't like Trippier.
Yeah, man. What are you man saying? Rash Jalil, any disagreements there?
No, I'd actually pick the same.
Yeah, for real. Jeff's done another clean sweep here, but I'll be honest. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy.
See you later.
Oh man.
Bye bye. Oh man, thank God we got through this. That was bad.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's not. You know what? It's not that bad.
You know what? You know what it is? It's just, man, because there's people that have won things in here, but Stones is the fact that Stones can be in this team after 3 good months. That's all he had this season.
Yep.
And be one of the main centre backs is nuts. Maguire had an average season.
Oh,
average.
I think it's on form kind of thing. I think because he's on form, I think Southgate can also carry that. But you got to think about it. The only reason why he was on form was because of his partner. We don't know what he's like next to Maguire. We don't know what he's like next to someone else. So it's yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's a bit of a fishy one, yeah.
Yeah, and we know Stones. Like Stones has a long catalogue. He's got an Argos catalogue of mistakes. It's got buried.
But Joe Stones, like he had that good run at the end of the season, innit? So that's what got him in. And I to be honest, I would have called up Tomori, but
you know what? I've heard that a few times. I've heard that a few times as well. That they feel like he should have got called up. So
you know what? I'd even put Declan Rice back there. That's how bad it is.
You know what? I can't lie. That's a shout.
I'll put Declan Rice slap bang in the middle and maybe move Stones to the left.
I can't lie. If he's not in the middle, I don't know. Boy, this is just mad. Right. So that's our 5, and we got the keeper. So these are the 5 centre mids that he's taken. So obviously, Mao has the flexibility to be played further forward, so we can always keep him there as well. But these are the 5. We got Henderson, we got Mount, we got Rice, we got Jude Bellingham, and we got Calvin Phillips. So I'm guessing we're going for 2 in the middle.
Yeah, I don't even know if my 2 would be the 2 from. I don't know, man.
Okay, I'll this might be a crazy one, but just due to the centre back situation that we have here, we know it could potentially lead goals. So what I'll do is I'd go with Rash and Hendo. But I was gonna go just before I finish actually. I was gonna go with Rash, Hendo, and Mount just in front. But I think what Southgate will do is play 3, so kind of like 2 wingers and a striker, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I can only go for 2. If it's 2, it's Hendo and Rice, and just to sweep up and that extra defensive work, if that makes sense. But leaving Mount out is quite difficult. You shouldn't really do that. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying Henderson and Rice, Jado?
Correct. Sorry, it's very defensive, boys. I know. It's not attractive to look at when you're looking at Spain playing ball. So I hear what you're saying.
The right hand side is calm. Walker and James is solid, but that left side of defense is sketchy. Yeah,
he's not wrong. Oh man.
Yeah. Boy, Rash, what are you saying, man? Like, who are your middle 2?
I would put Mount there as one, definitely, because he's one of the players that I think should start for England. And
Yorkshire Pillow, anyone?
You what, son?
I think his nickname is the Yorkshire Pillow, innit? Calvin Phillips.
Nah. I need to see more of him. I can't lie.
I like him.
Yorkshire Pillow. He's good though, but Yorkshire Pillow.
That's nickname. Yeah,
I like him. And when he's on the pitch, he puts himself about. Do you know what I mean? I like him.
He does.
He's got bags of energy. He's a talented player as well, man. I probably would actually. Yeah, I might pick those 2 actually.
What, Phillips and Mount? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna leak goals then, bro.
You're leaking goals anyway.
And if it's not Phillips, I'll pick Rice, but I wouldn't pick Hendo or what's it name? Bellingham.
Bellingham. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd have Bellingham coming on in another game or off the bench. It's a good player.
yeah. He is.
Yeah, he's
he
serious.
is. He's serious. What about you, Jeff? What are you saying? We got two completely different combinations so far.
Yeah, mine is probably going to be different again. To be clear, if Henderson was fit, I'd probably play Henderson just because he's one of the most experienced ones. But he's not fit. I do think Southgate is going to play him though. I do think he'll start.
I think he's got to wait later down the line because that's why I didn't pick him. Cause I just don't think he's fit, and if he can't, like as King said, if he can't start games against shit teams, like you can't.
I think he actually might be fit. You know, I think probably towards the end of the season, he probably had this in mind and thought, you know what, let me just not rush myself back. Hopefully, Liverpool will sort themselves out and he can come here. But I'd pick Rice. He had a very good season. And he will do what Henderson would normally do, and then Mount as well. That's probably the two I'd pick.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm with Jeff on this one. I've got Rice and Mount. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked Henderson regardless. I just think I don't need him and Rice together. So for me, it's one or the other, and Rice for me is better. I hate the experience point, but I can't lie. Henderson was experienced in 2018 against Croatia, and he had one of the worst centre-mid performances I've probably ever seen. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave that to one side.
Rice and Mount by default with all the goals.
Yeah, Rice and Mount, because, I said without Phillips, I would actually have said Rice and Mount as well. So.
Yeah, Mount got in everyone except Jalil, but I understand Jalil's going conservative.
Yeah, I understand it. Look at that back line. Yeah,
boy, that back line just makes you feel, Lord have mercy.
Oh, when I'm relying on Kyle Walker to do my defending, it's bad.
All of it.
Yeah,
like
all of it.
He's got to defend two other men.
Well, you'll see Kyle Walker run past John Stones in the middle to get to Conor Maguire's side.
What's dangerous is that Kyle Walker is not very disciplined, bruv. That man will be at the edge of the other box. That man will be at the edge of the other box to be like, oh shit, I'm centre back.
He's just lucky he's quick.
What am I doing?
Then he'll just be doing a race, a 100-meter race by himself.
Trust me.
That's funny.
These man can't play that as part of football, you know. You got to stay in your fucking positions, number one.
Whoa, you know what I mean?
Sorry, mate.
Just snapped. Oi. So good. Now we get to
This is where the questions are asked.
Yeah, these are the questions. Let's see if I find a way to fit them all in. Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, this is literally. Go on, Janelle, sorry.
No. So even if you can't, just put on another page and we'll keep coming back to them. But no, it's a good setup.
Yeah, we picked the wrong formation still.
Definitely did with all these forwards.
Yeah, trust me, we did. I thought we should have gone 4 at the back, man. Forget 3 at the back.
See, if we go 4 at the back,
James misses out. Walker goes to right back.
James is just out.
Yeah, James misses out. Walker goes to right back if we do that.
Or does he?
Yeah.
Or
does he?
Because you know what, Maguire might not start.
I really, he's really average. Stones is too, but you know what? I don't know, man. I'm completely confused.
Let's see who the front three is first before we do this. Let's see.
KD saying Saka, too much crack is on the streets. Hey, KD, man, just allow Arsenal.
He made the England squad. Chill.
Yeah, he's saying he shouldn't be in the squad. That's what he's saying.
What?
Yeah, that's what
he's been positive in that England squad. Watching training and watching the games that just happened.
KD don't allow Arsenal still. KD don't allow Arsenal.
Fair enough. If you hate Arsenal, you're yeah. No way.
You can't take KD serious because he's a Chelsea fan, and
pick up the opinionated Gunnar.
Whenever I see black Chelsea fans, I'm just like, I don't take you serious, bro.
Massive black Chelsea fan.
Hey, you're gonna have KD coming for your neck. Hey, but listen.
Oh man.
The funny thing is, we've got someone we call Andy Kante. You don't take him serious, now.
Yeah.
Listen, from when I saw that guy getting pushed off the tube, not allowed on. You're not allowed on. Yeah,
Oh
let's
yeah,
push-
yeah.
Man.
That guy getting
That
pushed off
was
train,
mad.
yeah.
That was mad.
That
was
says it
mad.
all for me, bro. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's
But
move.
big up
Let's
the-
move.
Yeah, let's move. Big up the opinionated Greener. Go subscribe to him, people. Hope you've been good, my bro. Saying big up everyone. Hope you're all good, all blessed over here. Hassan saying real talk, Rashid. Yeah, talking about
My
the
brother.
Chelsea thing. But yeah,
Jesus. Man.
but yeah. No. But by the way, KD was talking about the starting 11, not the squad. Not the squad. Hey, before we got T squared coming for us. So now, apologies, KD, if we got you mixed up still. But after all your Arsenal slander, we never know where you're coming from, bro. But it's all good still. It's all good. It's all good. It's all love over here, man. All right, from free time. Boy, what are we saying? From free.
Oh, fuck it. I'll go first. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, go on then. Fuck.
Now you don't want to go first, bro.
I'm gonna go first. But I just looked at everyone and was like, oh, okay, cool. It goes without being said. Harry Kane's got to be up there, up top to finish us. Yeah, finish us off. No, Paul's sorry to finish his dinner. Jesus, almost done myself there.
Hey.
So my only dilemma. This is my dilemma. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna leave Rashford and Sterling out this year. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's out of on the left. It's out of Saka and Foden, and on the right, it's out of Grealish and Grealish plays on the left though, and Sancho. I was gonna say. Can play Foden on the right as well. I've got Sancho on the right. It's out of, for me. I'm going Grealish on the left.
He said that. That's a
Oh man, it's got to be It's got Foden or Grealish for me on the left, or even or Foden or Sancho on the right. See, I'm wait, jumping please.
Oh man! All right, hey Rash, help him out, please.
I'm for Sancho, Grealish, and Harry Kane.
Okay. What are you saying, Jeff?
Oh man. Kane for sure. Oh, shit. I'm stuck already.
It's because you said the obvious one first.
Yeah. I'm inclined to say Rashford on the left, only because of his run for England. And he's good for England, but oh man, that means I'm not gonna play Foden or Grealish. Oh shit.
Subs. Remember, we need subs at 68th minute to change the game up. So
Yeah, the other guys are subs.
Actually,
we're not leaving them out. Obviously, we're not leaving them out, but they could be, impact some. I don't know.
you know what? I'm gonna say Foden on the left. Rashford could come off the bench because he's injured anyway. That's my cop out. And on the right, I would say Sancho.
Okay, so I think we've all got Sancho on the right.
I think so.
No, just me and Jeff have.
No, I
I got him on the right.
Did you say it as well?
Yeah.
I thought you said Foden and Grealish. Sorry.
All right, so we got Sancho on the right. We all got Harry Kane up top, right?
Yeah.
So Calvert-Lewin can bounce.
Yeah.
Right. So respectfully, I'm guessing at this point we can say Saka goes too, right?
Yeah, he's
he
on the
goes.
bench.
Yeah.
And Sterling's on the bench.
Sterling as well. Sterling is on the bench.
Sterling's gone as well.
Sterling
Only because of form. Yeah, only his form's just not up to par this season. But if he was fit, he would be in my pick on the left.
Yeah, if he was fit, it'd be in my starting team all the time. You know how much I rate Sterling still.
Yeah. Right. I wouldn't consider Rashford personally.
I'm going to use the same cop out as Jeff and say he's injured.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, even on form, I wouldn't have him. But
What?
nah, he's mad overrated, bro. He's mad overrated. But he gets good stats to kind of cover up. He's a bit like a left winger, Bruno.
Oh shit! I know you meant that with disrespect as well. I know you don't try to skip past that.
100%.
Yes.
That's not with respect. That's with disrespect. I can't lie.
Shit.
So yeah, I'm saying, wait. Rash, you had Grealish left, right?
Yeah, Sancho right.
Yeah, Sancho right. And Jeff, you had Foden left.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know who did you have on the left?
Yeah, so I'll start with Foden or Grealish, but
Sorry, I'm going to change. I'm going Grealish left. Sorry.
Okay. So that changes everything because I would have Grealish left as well. So that means that's our. You know what?
who did
I
Rashford?
can't lie, yeah.
Grealish, I think.
Rashford went for the same one. I can't lie. I feel like we gotta take out one of these bomb defenders and get Foden in because I just can't have Foden not in the team because one of these man is taking his slot.
And Reece James.
I've got to be honest with you boys. I don't mind taking out defender, but I don't know if we can play with one DM without having a three at the back. The reason why three at the back's there is to make sure the defense is tight. Like we've seen Chile do it with defenders we don't even know of in certain leagues, right? But they look so good in defense, right? Because there's a setup and you've got the wing backs doing the jobby. So for me, three at the back is doing the business. However, we're taking one of them out. We've got to bring in a DM. And maybe we have I'm not trying to say we will, but maybe we have the discussion between Foden and Mount.
Nah, I just put Rice sitting in DM
Yeah.
By himself.
by himself.
And then I'll play Mount as like more reserved. Like he wouldn't be attacking. He'd be doing what he did in the final.
Like a box to box type of thing.
Yeah. Or centre mid, all in and around the centre mid. Well, I'd have him like that.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of what he did in the final because he can do it. Like he doesn't have to just attack.
He had a partner, though. He had Kante with him, though.
He did, but he played very well. Like he was disciplined that game.
He was, to be fair. Do you know what? He done a good defensive work as well. I never really saw it from him throughout the whole league.
All right, you know what? Actually, let's do this. Hold on.
all right. If we rearrange the defense, I think this is going to be another argument, to be honest, because for me, I'd rather see Carl Walker and Stones in the centre, bruv.
Nah. You can't have Walker in a back two. You can't, I'm telling you.
I know, it's bad. It's
I know
bad.
what you're saying, but I'd rather see him there than Max, I'm telling you.
All right, so this is our four.
Handle the headers.
This is our five at the back. This is our three at the back formation. This one's our four at the back formation. And then we can look at them at the end and just say, all right, this is what we're going for.
So hold on, have we picked? Did we pick Grealish? Yeah, Foden's not there. Yeah.
Yeah, so Grealish is in the three at the back. This is the three at the back formation. Grealish is in.
Okay, yeah.
So this is the one with four. So we need to take one man out to add Foden in.
Oh,
It's good. Look, it's gonna have to be James. Let's be real. We're going off. I think Walker's a better centre back. I think James is technically better in playing the ball and everything, but we've seen what Walker's about. He's not technically good, but he wins the ball back in defence. And I think when you're being a right back, you've got to also defend really well and win the ball and play it forward. And Walker's been doing that for City all season for the past 2 to 3 years he's been there. So yeah,
I'll probably say James out, but I wouldn't want to, just because Walker's untested in a back two or in a centre back pairing. That's the only reason. Otherwise, if I was just doing some crazy stuff, I'd probably put Walker centre back.
Yeah. I probably would as
Yeah.
well, but yeah.
James
Yeah.
gotta go, I
So,
think.
yeah. So if we take James out, okay, and then shift Kyle Walker, and then put Joe Stones down, and then so who we have in number 10? Is it Grealish or Foden?
Grealish, I think, for me.
Rash
Yeah.
and Jado?
Yeah. Let me not understand. Yeah. Go on.
No. Say your piece,
Oh.
Jay.
No, that was actually what I was going to say. I was actually trying to establish, but then if you look back to that game when Grealish finally got the call up, he did play in that attacking. So that attacking didn't play off the wing, and I thought he looked.
Smoked it.
Yeah, he looked quite amazing personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But then he had Saka on the left. I'll let that resonate.
Yeah, you let that sink in.
Hey. All right, cool. So this is our four at the back team. I like this one much more still. Yeah, I much prefer that to that nonsense with the three at the back. I mean, oh man.
Yeah, England's gonna get smoked still once they go past the
I can't
halfway
lie,
line.
yeah. I can't lie, yeah. I might have to just put some money on that bet. Jeff did still for the group stages because this is looking shaky as hell. This is looking shaky. But yeah, man, I guess so. This is our 11. So yeah, if we go with three at the back, then we got Henderson in goal. We've got Kyle Walker, John Stones, and Maguire as the back three. We got Reece James and Luke Shaw as the fullbacks. As the sitting two, we got Rice and Mount. And the front three are Sancho on the right, Grealish on the left, and Harry Kane up top. And then four at the back, we're just shifting it. The only change is we've taken out Reece James, put Kyle Walker at fullback, and then we've put Grealish in the 10, and we've added in Foden on the left wing. So yeah, that's our England 11 with some flexibility, either three at the back or four at the back. So yeah, boys, how we feeling? We confidence coming home?
It's coming on. It's coming football. Actually, wait. Did you not hear about the New England song that's going to have Captain Conan in it?
No.
Do you know what? I didn't know it was a song. I saw something posted and I was like, what's all that about? And I just ignored it. But don't lie to me, please. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, so they're doing the song for the Euros 2021.
Do the booers of the England team even like Krypton Conan?
Yes, because they're black. They hate them.
Well, okay. I was thinking, what? Yeah. I was thinking, damn, what's going on here? But yeah, man.
Krypton Conan better not take a knee over there and get booed, bro.
Trust me.
Listen, yeah, that take the knee issue is a different thing at the moment.
Let's discuss it if you want, because I feel like they should take the knee still. But if you guys want to discuss, I don't know. We've got 5 minutes to talk about it.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes to talk about it. Let me read out the comments quick, and then we can wrap it up on that note. So KD's saying Foden, Sancho, and Kane, Grealish on the bench respectfully. I hear that. It's very fair enough. Opinion Green saying Rashford never in a million years. Hassan saying, yeah, Rashford way too overrated for me as well. Opinion Green saying, I'll take Stones out and put Ben White in and then have James a right back. Ooh, Ben White. Ooh, that's a bit of a shout. Don't know about Ben White, to be honest. I think he's overrated as well. Pax is saying Rice, Mount, and Grealish midfield. That's what we got for the four at the back. So, yeah. Ed saying it's a long outscoring. Yeah, I think England, that's the approach they should take, but that's not the approach they will take. They're going to take the conservative approach, the sitting back approach. And then we got Pene Guna saying the knee is finished. We need to be doing more now. It's lost its meaning from a global standpoint. So yeah, before we get into that, people smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Obviously, give us your thoughts on the England 11. As you can see there, we've done two formations. So leave a comment on the video. Give us what your 11 would be and how far you think England will go in the tournament. It's starting on Friday now. England play on Sunday. So, yeah, man, I think we all can't wait for it to get started. But, yeah, on this knee protest and Black Lives Matter, yeah, man, I mean, boy, I think it's a tricky one. Yeah, go on.
I don't mind starting. Do you want to put us all in the big screen?
Yeah. Do that.
I just want to say this. I got to totally disagree with that last statement just because I think if you watch the England game in Middlesbrough, I think that showed you the reason why the needs to carry on taking. Well, the players need to carry on taking a knee. I'll say this: if you're taking a knee, and if the players are saying the reason why I'm taking a knee is because I don't stand for racism, or if the players are saying I'm taking a knee because I'm spreading awareness, then they're taking. That's the reason why they're taking it. They're telling you. If you're seeing it for anything other than that, you've lost. Then you've kind of lost what it stands for. Because I know what it stands for. I know. Okay, cool. They're not standing for it. Cool. I'm gonna support it. So what I'll say is this: from my experiences, people that were booing shows that the knee needs to carry on being taken by the players, because now establishments, organisations, and companies are now seeing, cool. I don't think England was. I don't think players. I mean, the fans are racist now. I understand. They're looking at their Twitters to see racist tweets and everything. I'm seeing that. Okay, cool. He works for my organisation. He's getting sacked. That's setting a lesson. And the president, it started from somewhere. I know something else needs to be done, and it's not up to the players to do that. But they are spreading awareness. I'll just say that.
Yeah. No, well said. Go on, Rash.
Look, the comment that something else needs to be done about it is a no-brainer. Yeah, of course, something else needs to be done. Something needs to be done within the footballing industry, within society, within the establishment, and because there's systematic racism in many establishments throughout the UK, and one of the things that England spokespeople or even English people themselves love to say is that England is not a racist country because they're comparing themselves to extreme racist countries. Okay, but what this kind of thing does highlight is that, look, these guys are in a particular field. Their field is football. Okay, they are professionals at the field that they are doing, and whilst they are doing their occupation, their job, they get racially abused, okay, by fans. Yeah, not just the opposing fans, but sometimes by their own fans too. Yeah, and it's for them to say, do you know what? I don't have to tolerate this behavior from you guys. Yeah, if I was working at work and I was being racially abused, I'm not going to stand for it. Okay, and I'd want something to be done. And if nothing was done, but I needed my job, okay, I needed to provide for my family, then I'm going to make a statement that's going to bring attention to what I'm going through, that hopefully brings about some form of change. All right. Now, I feel like the only people who don't like the knee are people who have some form of racial bias within them as well. Okay. And when they look at the knee, they're scared because it makes them look in the mirror. All right. Now, when people say it's lost its meaning, it hasn't. It hasn't lost its meaning. People are trying to change the meaning. Okay. And that's the problem. People are trying to, like, I watched a clip of James O'Brien tearing someone a new backside, and he was trying to say he applies it to riots and smashing buildings and stuff like that. But if you remember that whole period of time, there was a lot of anarchists who infiltrated the protests as well in America. There was actually undercover police officers starting problems, smashing windows, leaving bricks on the side and stuff like that. They was preparing people to cause riots and stuff like that because they wanted it to be looked at as these people are looking at it now. Okay, but if you've done your research and saw into that, you'll say, okay, the majority of the protest was actually peaceful, and the violence was actually carried out by the police on the peaceful protesters, and that was one of the things that was shocking for us to see as viewers back home, looking at it and observing it. So it doesn't even matter. It started over there. It started as a movement over there. Black Lives Matter as an organization itself, yeah, you don't want to know my opinions because I feel very strongly with my opinions against the organization themselves. But the movement in
Football.
we need to be anti-racist, okay, and we are standing against racism, okay,
Facts.
and we are not having it anymore, and it has no place in any establishment, in any form of occupation, and any society. We don't stand for it, okay, and everyone should not just be, yeah, I'm not a racist, but rather it should be, no, I'm not tolerating racism, meaning if I see it, I'm not going to stand by and let it happen anymore. I'm going
Yeah,
to
there's a
say
big difference.
something. You know what I mean? There's a
Big
big
difference.
difference. Do you know what I mean? So the players who are footballers, they get booed, they get monkey chants, they get monkey actions, they get bananas thrown at them. Why should they have to go through that? Yeah, why should they? So yeah, they should definitely make a stand for what they're doing, what they're saying. They are not going to tolerate. Yeah, they're not going to tolerate it with it from footballers, because at the moment you got footballers who can be racist to other footballers, and they get a 5 match ban, couple £1,000 fine, and then they're back in the business. But if someone was racist to me at my job, he would lose his job for gross misconduct.
Correct.
Okay, it will go on his CV as well. Be bloody hard for him to get another job. He might even be arrested for what he has done too. Yeah, so there'll be a serious impact for what he done. So football, yes, this is what needs to be done. You know, I'm tired of the need. Something extra needs to be done. What needs to be done is, if a player is racist to another player on the pitch, that's it. He's fired. He can't play for his club no more, and he gets a couple years ban, and he gets that black dot on his CV that when he wants to go and try out for another team now, when his ban is over, they say, "Well, boy, I don't know if I want someone like you in my team." Do you know what I
Big
mean?
fact.
And that's what you get for it.
Yeah.
And with fans, when it comes to fans being racist, they need lifetime bans. Yeah, and then if they are known, like for instance, they know who they are. Obviously, they have to know who they are to ban them. They need to be reported to the authorities as well. Okay,
Yeah.
because well, why should anyone have to tolerate that? Okay, everyone's got a problem is that they love the freedom of speech, but what they don't like is the way that, I mean, what they don't think about is the way that it impacts the people that they're doing it to. You can have your freedom of speech, but don't make someone else's life a misery because you want to just say what you're saying. People are
Yeah.
people. People have feelings, and they have the right to not be abused. Yeah. So everyone who's
Yeah.
saying that the knee should not be taken, John Barnes needs to get that flipping phone taken away from him. I've had enough of him. Yeah, I had enough of him. And I think it's people like him that give racists and people who boo at the television ammunition to say what they're saying. Well, look, Barnsley doesn't agree with it. Zaha doesn't agree with it. No, they ain't not agreeing with it for the same reasons as you racist mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But in reality,
Right.
do you understand? They're
that's
not agreeing it. They're saying
yeah.
it because there's not enough done. However, because
Yeah.
you said it now, you're giving them ammunition. Bruv, say it
Yeah.
amongst your own people, but don't say it amongst these people because you know they're going to use it as a reason to play down the thing that's very important. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I know I said a lot, but that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. No, well said. Yeah, go on, Jino.
No, if you want to go, I was just going to come off the back of it. I just touched on something. The Middlesbrough, the game that happened when Rashford obviously scored a pen and everything, in Middlesbrough, I believe it was, the players all booed, right, when they took the knee. Yeah. And if that's not saying that, you know, they don't stand for it and that's a bit racist, then I don't know what it is. And if we're going to say now, oh, they booed us, bro, why are we taking a knee still? Like, it's not working. No, it's working. It's showing us that there's problems, not just in the team, but in England, but it's happening with our own fans. They'll cheer Rashford for scoring a penalty, but if he missed that penalty, I guarantee you the racist abuse that would have come with it. Finished. So people saying stop taking a knee, they're doing something. They're raising awareness. People are saying, "Oh no, football fans ain't racist," and they're seeing that. And they'll be like, "Do you know what? I was wrong. Let me start to do something. Let me look at my organisation. Let me see if there's any racists and take them out." Do you know what I mean? That's how it starts from. People are now opening their eyes and seeing this is happening. And you've got fans saying, you know, I'm going to all the England games. I'm going to boo them still. You know, I was listening to the radio. I had to carry on listening to the radio because this was quite intriguing to me. But if they score, you're going to cheer them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm well confused. We've got to carry on taking the knee and start raising awareness. This is why people saying it's not doing anything. It's doing something. And yes, as Rash said, more's got to be done. And everything Rash has said just then, I totally agree with.
Yeah. And I think, to be honest, just to kind of wrap up, I think the whole taking the knee thing really was started by Colin Kaepernick back in 2016 in the NFL. And when he first did it, there was no association to it with the Black Lives Matter organization. It was just him decided to take a knee while the national anthem was playing to say that he didn't feel like black people were being treated the same way as people of other demographics, namely white. After that, the problem which always happens is a movement like that, which creates people to be uncomfortable, which is what it's supposed to do, because if everyone's comfortable, nothing's going to change. It gets tagged with something else. And what they did this time is that they tried to tag it with the Black Lives Matter organization, which they knew would create a political surrounding to it. And as soon as something becomes political, it now becomes an easy get out for people to say, this is why I don't back this, because of the wider political standing this takes. And I think that's been done on purpose to dilute the message. And, I think it's a case of, as you said, if Jalil and Rash are taking a knee and they're telling me they're taking a knee for this reason, and I don't like the organization, I'm like, you know what? At least I understand where you guys are coming from, so I respect that. So I'm not going to boo you guys for it. I'll keep my thoughts for the organization to one side. But if you're still choosing to see it from your perspective and then not back it, then that is your own personal choice. And you are, while you may not add to the problem, you are complicit to the problem and not helping to solve it. So sometimes it's a case of, like you said, Jalil, I think it's just a case of people, if they believe in it, just keep taking it. I agree with the opinion. You said a lot of players are just taking it for the sake of taking it. 100%. I'm sure there's a number of players that probably feel like, why the hell am I taking the knee? But they feel like they have to. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think...
Can I just add on that, John? Yeah, is this as well. Look, the whole thing about, it making people feel uncomfortable as well. And like I said, look, forget BLM. Yeah, I've never
forget BLM. That's what I'm saying.
I've never promoted it. I've never endorsed it or anything like that. But the movement in what is happening, the anti-racist movement. Look, you've got to make people feel uncomfortable, and it's just like, imagine if whenever people was like, hey, it's losing its momentum and it's becoming counterproductive, as John Barnes liked to say, that they just pack up and say, okay, look, some people are taking it wrong, so let's just stop. We would still have racism, we'll still have the apartheid systems, we'll still have slavery, because slavery was abolished through protesters as well. Do you understand? And it made the people who were the people who were the causes of these oppressions feel uncomfortable. It made people who was okay with that lifestyle feel uncomfortable. But you got to make people feel uncomfortable sometimes, because it causes them to look in the mirror and say, what, do I actually have a problem? Why do I feel uncomfortable? Do you understand? And another thing that you got to think about it, okay, if they don't take the knee, what is there to do? What else can they do to show that they don't like it? I mean, if they was to raise their hand, eventually they'll say, hey, I don't really like that either. And if they was to tie their hands behind their back, they say, hey, I don't really like that either. And you got to also think about, all right, someone suggested, you can, as a footballer, you can invest your money into black organizations and something like that, and blah, 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 blah. But what about the white man who doesn't support racism within the football industry? Him taking a knee is him saying, yeah, I'm with you, man. I agree with you guys. I don't want this to happen. He might not have the connections of black organizations and black professors and stuff like that who can make a difference amongst society. But this is his way of showing, yo, I'm with you guys as well, and I'm against this thing called racism, so I'm taking the knee too. What you're doing by them saying that they can't take the knee is muting them as well. Yeah, and people's not thinking about that. Forget these hooligans, brother, who's got a problem. Make them have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's brilliantly said. And I think we just need to get to a place where, I remember months ago, I was having a private conversation with one of my close friends who's white. And we just had an upfront conversation about the whole situation from both sides. And he said a lot of things that he told me he would not be comfortable to say to a lot of people, because he feels like he will be judged as like a racist. But sometimes as long as it's not extremist, you are allowed to have your perspective, how you see things, how you feel like it may impact you. And we just need to be open-minded to that and say, look, I understand why you feel this, but this is how we as a whole group feel, and why you could kind of need to just open up your mind a bit. As long as we have more of those open conversations,
right,
and be ready to be challenged, because it's okay to be challenged. This ain't meant to be an easy life where you just stroll through. It's okay to be challenged and come through. If we're ready to do that, then things will get better. The more we're just keep going literally down parallel roads on opposite sides, then nothing will happen and everything will continue to stay the same. And I'm saying, obviously things get better, but as we know, there are small things, small signs that there will always be that may not be as overtly racism, but still play a big impact in the large difference between the two. And that's what a lot of people need to wake up to. So
just the last one for me.
Yeah.
I just on a personal, I don't really think players have to take the knee. I think if they have to, then
no.
People like Saha would still be taking a knee, right? So with the England team telling the fans the reasons why they're taking a knee, for example, and if they're saying out their mouth saying we're doing it because we don't really stand for racism, we don't really like it, and this is our stand, this is the only thing we can do because we can't not play because we love playing football and supporting our families, and they're saying it's not a Black Lives Matter. Well, it is a Black Lives Matter thing, in certain people's eyes, but we're doing it because we don't like racism, we don't like the online abuse, we don't like none of this, So this is the only thing we can do, and we can stand against racism. And by doing that is by taking a knee. So that as a result of that, if they're saying that to the fans and they're saying that to us, I can't just look at them and say that it's not doing much. It's doing something because they're saying they're not standing for it.
Yeah. And just let me clear something up as well. Me saying I'm not a supporter of BLM is not me saying I'm not a supporter of Black Lives Mattering, because Black Lives bloody do matter. But the organization that is behind it, I'm not really with these guys. I'm trying to say? I feel like they have ulterior motives and stuff, but that's something else anyway. But yeah, man, look, as John was saying as well, having these difficult conversations and stuff like that, it's the best thing to do. You've got to be able to have difficult conversations. You've got to enjoy being educated. Do you know what I mean? And one of the best things once you've been educated is gaining that knowledge, realizing that, I didn't really know too much after all.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, exactly. It's a beautiful thing to come out of it saying, you know what, I was a bit ignorant to this. I've come out of it knowing better, and now I can educate the next person who may have looked at it from my perspective of being limited to, the view that I had. Big up RX saying the chat. I hope you're good, bro. Saying the organization is mad. I mean, listen, what I'm saying? Like Rash, I've got my serious questions about the wider organizations, but the message behind it that's now being attached to, obviously in full support for. And I think it's very important to make that distinction because people like to look at things as black and white, and there can be a gray in between.
The meaning of Black Lives Matter. Let's not forget that, though. Let's not attach it to any organization. For us, Black Lives Matter. Let's just stop racism. That's the aim of the game, right? So let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, man, 100%. But yeah, people, wrapping it up on that note, it's been a good discussion. This last 15 minutes, so we've always said we don't try and avoid things. If something comes up, we just try and address it and give our honest feelings. If there's people that don't like it, well, then, it is what it is. They're just going to have to deal with it because we're going to stay consistent with it as much as we can. Opinion agree saying maybe as a show you guys can discuss further what should be done. 100%. You know what? That's a good idea. Maybe we can discuss some of our ideas for what could be done on a wider level. And yeah, definitely try and get you on for that one, bro, because it'll always be good to get a different perspective, and it doesn't have to just be from black people. Let's see what people from other demographics say as well. And yeah, man, we're against any discrimination of all types. But in this situation, we're focusing on Black Lives Matter. So yeah, man. I think that's it from us. We did the England starting 11. We gave you guys two options. Yeah, I think it's safe to say it's not coming home.
It's coming home.
Hey, but yeah, man, people leave a comment. Tell us what you think the team should be. As I said, go subscribe to the Opinion Guna as well. He's always here showing us a lot of support. He's got a good channel going. And smash the likes here, subscribe here if you're new, share to your friends if they don't know about us, about Real Ball Talk. And we'll be back on Friday. for literally the countdown for the Euros. All our
That's right.
final predictions. Yeah, we might have to even put a cheeky little wager. Obviously, Rash, I don't know if you can bet, so maybe someone might have to do it for you.
I'll do it for. I'll bet. I'll bet extra. Don't worry, man. I can't. But you can't get the winnings.
That's okay. That's okay. Like you, Chair.
Hey, big up. Big up. Hey, big up Bashtown MVP. Hope you're good, bro. Saying, yo, brothers, I'm hoping you man can get Turkish on the channel, as you man are Arsenal fans as well, lads. We actually already have a few times. Turkish has been on, I think, 3 times now. We had him on twice in 1 week, a couple weeks back. So go check those out. Hopefully we can get him on again. Turkish is a good guy, man. Good guy. Always showing us love, making himself available when he can. But yeah, man, keep supporting us. Keep supporting the thing. Hopefully we'll have other guests on as well, not just Turkish. And yeah, Opinion Guna saying big up. So yeah, people, we're off, we're out, yeah, man, we're off and we're out. I've just seen one message from Mashtown, and yeah, man, Rash, just some final words from you, bro.
Yeah, final words from me. We've been a bit political today, but obviously we can't leave without saying free Palestine. As always, we stand up against oppression. We're not afraid to speak out. Okay, we won't hold our tongues when things need to be stated. And what's going on in Palestine is a devastation. And for humanity to witness and do nothing, that's a devastation for humanity in itself as well. So, free Palestine.
Yeah, man, 100% free Palestine. And big up Mashdown saying, I've seen them, love the videos with him. 100%, man. Appreciate that. 100%. And yeah, 100 times freedom. Yeah, man. That's what we want, man. We want everyone on the same page. But yeah, man, we're off, people. Have a good end of your evening, and we'll see you back here on Friday. Peace and love. Peace.
Salam.